Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jacob Doodle here, and we just recorded a couple of videos, but that's not just it. We have one more to go from the good help and friend of the channel, Canucks News Summaries. Guys, if you haven't done it already, make sure you follow this guy. He is the best when it comes to the Vancouver Canucks recaps community. This guy saves so many people so much time. Give him a follow. And of course, you guys can always subscribe to me on YouTube and on Twitter as well. I really appreciate it. We're a new channel. And guys, we have over 100 subs already. It's unbelievable. It's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. So let's get to it. And by the way, a lot of this stuff I've covered in individual videos as well, but we're going to be talking about it as a whole right now. I went to the dentist earlier today. That's why I'm kind of shooting this the next morning. But I know you guys wanted to get this info out there, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So, centerman on the free agent market. The Canucks really went after Christian Dvorak hard, reportedly offered him 3 years at $4 million. So this was on Don and Dhali, Rick Dhaliwal, the best insider, in my opinion, in Vancouver in the business. Taylor, an absolute legend in the business. And I got to say, I love the show. A great show all year. They're going to be taking a little bit of a break now, and this is where we got this information. So, they went after Dvorak. What do I think about that? Dvorak was all right. I don't think it was something to be superly excited for. I'm actually probably more excited that we didn't get him because we're going to be looking somewhere else that maybe has a little bit of a higher ceiling for that second line center position. We're looking for centers. It's pretty obvious we're looking for centers, but Dvorak would have been kind of a decent consolation prize. As for 3 years at $4 million, that's about the right range there. Now, they're also looking at Granlund. He was the #1 Canucks target. His agent told him that he would need to go up into AAV, starting with around $7 million. Canucks might have been willing to go to $6 million. You know, Granlund's a really good hockey player. He puts up a decent amount of points every single year, but the guy's old, man. He's really, really old, and he would just basically be a stopgap for the Vancouver Canucks. Again, another guy I'm happy they didn't go too crazy for. I would have been okay with him for a couple of years. You know, anything 3+ in those years, I don't want to do that. Now, of course, around $6-7 million kind of was a right number for that. Again, a real older guy. He would just be a transition guy until we do find a more permanent solution. Maybe Coots is going to come out of nowhere in the next year or two and show us something. By the way, shifted to Besser after losing out on Granlund and Dvorak. So the story is basically that Brock Besser in the last hour got a phone call from Alvin. Alvin and Rutherford made an offer. He accepted. Everybody was happy. Garland was doing jumping jacks, and they're all basically having dinner together. It's fantastic. So Joshua's name is out there. We actually did a video covering that specific topic on, potentially trading of Joshua and Bluger. You can go check that out. It's on my channel there somewhere. And are going to need to spend the summer trying to find a center. This is it. When I made a video on that too, covering what kind of centers we're going to be looking for, we need a center. Now, there's Roslovic. There's potentially maybe Barzal on the top end. There's guys like Pinto. There's Rossi. There's old guys like Kuznetsov, who's kind of a hybrid center winger position. There's names out there, but some are going to be significantly more expensive than others. And the question is, do the Vancouver Canucks want to do that? And also with the cap situation now, we're so tight on the cap. We can't just go out and make these trades. We have cap to worry about. So you're going to have to add players back, like either a Hogg or a Bluger or a Dakota, or maybe a couple of them, which is kind of tricky. Which he just mentioned, need to move money to add a center, mentions Joshua and Hoglander as possibilities. I wouldn't want to trade Hoglander right now. I feel like there's still something there with him, man. He's just such a tenacity, on the bone, dog type player. You don't just get rid of those guys, even though, last season, the first half, he wasn't great. But then he picked it up on the second half. So let's see which Hoglander we're going to get. But extremely talented offensive player, not so much defensively. And again, they are going to try to push for a center this summer. It's reassuring to hear that the Canucks are still looking for a second-line center. It's important. We are a second-line center short. Yes, Philip Hedl can fill that role. He's had a lot of injury concerns, which kind of worries some. And yes, we could kind of move the kind of pieces around. But at the end of the day, we do need a second-line center. How we're going to make this deal work, especially with the cap implications now, we're going to probably have to trade a significant asset. And I'm not just talking about Lecker or Mackey. I'm talking about potentially Willander too, which is just painful, right? And no, I'm not doing that for everybody. For example, I wouldn't do that for Zacha, for example. I like Zacha a lot. I think it would be a decent get. But for a guy like maybe McTavish, who, by the way, I completely forgot about in my center video, which just pains me because I already recorded it. That would have been my number one target by far, who's potentially available as of the newest rumors. Again, just rumors, right? But that's a guy I would give up, a first protected and a guy like Willander for. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just a quick little recap of the stuff that was going on yesterday. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Subscribe, like, follow myself if you like. And of course, our good friend, Canucks News Summaries. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.